What's up, guys? Welcome back to the My Stand. In today's video, I wanted to grind out GTA 5 as much as I can before GTA 6 releases. Now, GTA 6 is just a year away, so I thought before it releases, I might as well just grind out GTA 5 online and make as much money as possible as I can before the game releases. You know, like buy everything that I want in the game or just buy some random stuff before GTA 6 releases. Because, yeah, honestly, I'm just going to grind out this game as much as I can and show you guys how I do it and the amount of money I'm going to be making. So, let's get into it. Now, usually, right now, one of the best businesses in the game is the nightclub. Personally, that's what I think. But it is pretty expensive to start, and the two businesses that I have right now in GTA 5 Online is the Asset Lab and the Cargo Warehouse. Now, first thing I'm gonna buy, probably in like part two, is the agency, because the agency does make some pretty good money, with the Dr. Dre contract and then the payphone hits. So I'm gonna be saving up money to buy that. Now, what I started off doing to like make some money is before I could sell the cars, I didn't have any high-end cars, in the vehicle warehouse, and I couldn't really like sell my assets since it was still loading up and getting the product. So what I did was just steal a few vehicles from my vehicle warehouse. I mean vehicle cargo. And these missions aren't too hard. Luckily, I did have a cargo bob to make these missions, some of them at least, a little bit easier. Some of these cars I couldn't really like get the hook attached to the car, so it was a bit difficult. But for the most part, these missions were pretty simple. All I have to do is go to a specific point on the map and just steal the car. And yeah, I definitely feel like doing these missions with the cargo bob, because yeah, some of them I couldn't really attach a cargo bob with, would really made the missions a lot easier. Because yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the mechanic to repair the vehicle is pretty expensive, and we are trying to make money, not lose any. So yeah, honestly, I just prefer to do these missions with the cargo bob. But if I can't, I just steal it and drive it out. It's just a few $1,000s loss. But yeah, these missions just vary time to time. Sometimes, just gotta like steal the car and then there's freaking helicopters everywhere. So it's usually just like that, I was just stealing these cars time to time, in the meantime while I'm waiting for my acid lab to cook up. And yeah, these missions are actually pretty simple, nothing too complicated, which I have to say, the cargo is definitely one of my favorite businesses in the game right now, and I'm definitely hoping they bring that back in GTA 6. Because yeah, they are pretty fun to do, and you do make some pretty decent cash on it. I can sell these cars for like 100,000, and it's just a few minutes. All you have to do is just drive to a certain point on the map, deliver the car without any player griefing you, of course. But yeah, you can make some pretty decent money with this. And these missions that were known when I was stealing them, they were pretty simple, nothing too hard. So I stole the cars, stole like about 5 high-end vehicles, and that was pretty good, while I was taking the cars for the acid lab to load up. It was some pretty time consuming, nothing too much. It was pretty simple and quick. But yeah, once I collected the cars, I started to sell them. Now, some of these cars, like I said, I couldn't really attach to the cargo bob, and most of the time when I was selling these cars, I couldn't really attach the hook to the cargo bob, so I ended up just driving there, which is pretty easy. You only lose a couple hundred once you crash or get the car scratched. But yeah, it was pretty simple. So sold a couple of cars for $100,000, and it was very simple, nothing too complicated. And yeah, time to time a player would try to ruin it for me and grief me. After delivering this car, to the place, I did notice that a player was following me for some reason, and he was on an oppressor. And honestly, I don't know about you guys, but if someone's on an oppressor while you're selling cargo, or vehicles, I'm not gonna lie, I did get pretty suspicious of them, and there was actually two of them, just pointing at me, and I did get pretty suspicious. So I did what any normal person would do, and I just killed them and ran away, and we did like have a little fight then and there. But yeah, now depending on the lobby that you're in, you can make some pretty good money. I sold these vehicles for like $149,000, and it does depend on the lobby. If it's a full lobby, you should get like 150,000. Otherwise, sometimes when I did sell these cars, I didn't really get that much of a bonus in terms of like cash. Cause the lobbies, sometimes I did have to switch because I would get in fights with players. So I had to switch and find different sessions. But otherwise, for the most part, 100,000 is definitely pretty good for what I'm doing, just selling these cars. And it's a quick buck. But yeah, we're getting closer to the goal of buying the agency. You can see right now I have like a couple of money, pretty good money. But yeah, after selling a few cars, I did go and get my acid lab to sell a bit of acid. And yeah, I have to say, I definitely want the Acid Lab to return in GTA 6 somehow. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I'm definitely hoping this is one of the businesses that will return in GTA 6 online. Because you make a lot of money, and this business was pretty cheap for me to start. I only had to like pay $750,000, to get it started, plus $250,000 for the upgrade. And I do make like some pretty decent money on this. I mean, I can make like $500,000 just from one delivery of the acid lab. So that was pretty nice, getting closer to the goal to get the agency. And with these selling missions for the acid lab, they're not too difficult. All you have to do is sell all the acid before the time runs out. Every now and then there would be some NPCs I'd have to shoot, and I'm not gonna lie, I did die a few times. But after selling the acid, I did make like $500,000, which was pretty worth it, even though I did die a few times doing it. But yeah, luckily no player was trying to grief me. There was a player following me, but no one tried to grief me. So in the meantime, because the vehicle warehouse had a 20-minute time limit before I could sell another car. In the meantime, I was just goofing around, robbing the cash registers, convenience stores, that sort of stuff. One thing I do want to return in GTA 6, because I've never really seen this in a GTA game. It's pretty weird because this game is about crime. You can't really rob people, on the street. You can rob convenience stores, but you can't just rob, people on the street. I think it would be a pretty nice mechanic to be able to do that in GTA 6, and they probably did add it because, it is in Red Dead Redemption 2, so I am thinking maybe you can do it, just for a few petty crimes. But yeah, in my vigilante, I was just driving around, messing around, goofing off, because, it's nice to have a break at time to time. But yeah, I did a couple of that, messed around, robbed a few convenience stores, then got back to business as usual, started selling off a few more cars, and nothing ever goes well. There are going to be a few griefers in the session, and they're actually I'm not sure if this guy classifies as a griefer. He's probably just trying to sell my car. But yeah, I was selling this specific vehicle, it was a classic car, and yeah, this guy did try to stop me, shot me and killed me, and we just had this like humongous fight. But the car did get stuck because of me. I couldn't really find a way to get out. So both of us ended up not selling the car anyways, and we just lost a lot of money. Yeah, but after that loss, I've switched sessions because, I didn't want to get griefed by the same person. So switched sessions, got out of my house, and called in the Heisenberg so I can check out how Mutt was doing with the work, and this is how it was. Yeah, this guy's definitely consuming my product.
Tight, yeah. Blue, yellow, pink.
But yeah, man, I don't know what this guy's doing. After all that time, he's only able to produce like 70,000, and yeah, I genuinely think he's using my product. But as usual, just went back, rinse and repeat. Time limit was off for the vehicle cargo, so went back, customized my cars, did a little thing right there, changed the color, changed the tires, make them look pretty cool, and sold them. Did that over and over again until I managed to get about $1 million. Now, the agency is about pretty expensive, like over $2 million, but I am getting close. I sold a couple of cars, and after selling about 5 cars, I managed to get a little bit close to $1 million, but I got to $1 million by after a few hours. I sold some acid. Now, I'd already sold all my high-end vehicles, and I didn't really want to sell, mid-range, because first of all, I wasn't in a full lobby. There was like 10 people, and I probably wasn't gonna get as much money. So I just went back to Mutt after a few hours, checked up on him, and he managed to produce about like $266,000 worth of acid. So I went ahead and sold that. Like I said, simple missions, just drove to the point of the destination I was supposed to be at, and delivered it, and managed to get about like 300 or 400,000. And yeah, so far I am getting close to to be able to buy the agency. I'll probably buy the agency in like part two, but yeah, that's how it was. After doing this, for a few hours, selling the asset and then selling my cars, I managed to get about some pretty decent money. I'm like over $1 million right now in my bank. And yeah, all I have to do is just do that twice, and we should be able to purchase the agency, which I am going to do in part two. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down like any tips to make more money and stuff. I did do a few side activities there and there in the video to make a bit of cash. When I was stealing the cars, to pay the mechanic. I did do a bit of like Gerald's Cache where I had to look for his package, in the city, So I did do a few like side stuff there and there. But otherwise, mainly it was just me, doing my businesses and all that. Maybe in the future we might do heists like, the Cape Rico heist once we purchase, the stuff that we need to be able to do the mission. But yeah, right now for this part of the video and the continuation of the series, we're just gonna be like purchasing the agency, making some money off of that with the Dr. Dre contract. Can't wait to make a video on that. I've seen my dad do the Dr. Dre contract and it looks pretty cool. So gonna do the Dr. Dre contract, and then after a few parts might get the nightclub. But dude, I have to say the nightclub is really expensive. I'll cover that in like part 3. But yeah, that's it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. We're at 74 subscribers right now, so make sure you subscribe so we can get to 100 subscribers. I'm the Meister, and I'll see you next time.